play much Big 12 college volleyball, and now that they're taking down a team like Wisconsin, the national defending champions. So got to build your confidence early on in the season with a win like that.
That was August 27th, a part of the Big 12 Big 10 Challenge, played this year up in Fort Worth. From there, they went out to California, played 3 matches out there, part of the Pepperdine tournament. Baylor had risen to as high as number 9 in the nation in the AVCA poll. Lost the first match out there to the host Pepperdine Waves, won their next 2 over San Diego State and Cal Santa Barbara, and are now number 15 in the nation this week.
Yeah, I love that with these fresh faces, Ryan McGuire didn't shy away from a challenging preseason. I think you can tell a lot about a coach based on how challenging of a schedule they put. Are they just looking for easy wins, or are they looking to grow? And I think Ryan McGuire has always had the mindset of, hey, let's play the best and let's see what we can put out on the court so that we're ready for conference, so that we're ready for postseason.
Playing Colorado State, the Rams, in their Baylor Invitational opener. And we'll tell you right off the top, we have a roster from Colorado State, and that is it. So we'll shed as much light as we can on the visitors from Fort Collins, Colorado. Serve by Ruby Kaiser, and point Rams on the first point of the match. Give you their starters here momentarily as we get things going tonight. This is the tournament opener. Also, Arizona State and Evansville are the other teams that are here as part of the Baylor Invitational. A touch and a 2-0 lead for Colorado State. You see their record. They are off to a 4-2 start themselves. Kaiser continuing to serve. Ruby Kaiser, a junior out of Canby, Oregon. It's Lauren Harrison, a familiar face in the back line. Avery Carlson, Gatorade National Player of the Year, the setter for Baylor.
You talk about that award, and it's incredible for anyone, but I think anytime a setter wins that award, John, it just speaks so highly of that player. I mean, it means that basically the whole nation noticed that she as a setter was running the offense in a way that was better than anyone else. And so I love that Avery Carlson has that. You think about Hannah Sedgwick graduating from Baylor and that need to fill that role. So who better than this National Gatorade Player of the Year to fill those huge Hannah Sedgwick shoes?
Highest ranked player Baylor has ever recruited. You don't get much higher than that. Point Bears, it's 3-1. Baylor now serving, and here is Avery Carlson, freshman out of Lovejoy High School. Point Baylor, and some of the new faces that we do see out there. Riley Simpson is another one. Riley is a actually a second-year player, but from Rampart High School in Colorado Springs, Colorado, the Big 12 Rookie of the Week this week. The block by Baylor on the front line. Again, Kara McGee, another returning face for the Bears. There's Kara McGee right in the middle, and Riley Simpson next to her.
Yeah, I think players like the Kara McGees, the Lauren Harrisons, those faces we recognize are huge in terms of kind of helping this freshman class grow, getting that chemistry out there, getting the offense running. And so it's great that Baylor does get to have a couple of returners with this fresh team.
Lauren Harrison gets it over the net. Harrison again. And the dunk over the net. Point Colorado State. Kennedy Stanford, a junior. Stanford, one of 3 Texans on the Colorado State roster. Kennedy from Grand Prairie and a transfer from Lamar. Point Rams as they go up 5-3 on Baylor.
Yeah, Stanford really impresses me, not only with her numbers, but she's only stands at 5'10", John. And so I think when you see an outside hitter that is under that 6 foot, it just makes it that much more impressive when they're able to produce like Stanford always is.
It's 5'2", Kate Yoshimoto serving for Colorado State. And point Rams. They actually have a pretty good cheering section here. Folks who've come down supporting Colorado State.
Maybe those 3 families from Texas.
Very good point.
And everyone else.
Very good point. Annie Sullivan is on the Rams roster out of J.J. Pierce High School in Richardson, a transfer from High Point. 6-3 lead for the Rams, make it 7-3. The kill by Kennedy Stanford. The other Texan is freshman Gray Foster out of Westlake High School in Austin. So the early lead for Colorado State, 7-3 over Baylor. That one they'll let sail by, and out the back. Service error, Lauren Briseño on the back line for the Bears, sophomore from San Antonio. There's a good look at Riley Simpson, reigning Big 12 Rookie of the Week. What an honor in this league. In the Big 12, a lot of schools playing some really tough early season schedules.
Yeah, even an honor with how much talent is on this Baylor team. It seems like you have certain seasons where Baylor could probably produce a Rookie of the Week each week with a different player, which has got to be exciting for McGuire.
Yeah, Coach McGuire says that Baylor should dominate that Rookie of the Year award each week. Maybe not every week, but dominate it this year. Serve is long, point Baylor. It's Ryan McGuire in his 8th year here at Baylor, 21st season overall. Tremendously successful. Baylor, a Final Four team a couple of years ago. 8-5 is the lead for Colorado State. Baylor serving. Nice set, and the kill from the right side by Karina Lieber. Karina, 6'3" junior from Trevor, Wisconsin.
You know, John, we talk a lot about how young this Baylor team is. This Colorado State team, pretty young as well. No seniors on this Colorado State roster. And I think what's interesting is a lot of times we see kind of complete clear-outs from last season to this season. So you talk about Baylor, they had 14 letter winners leave, and a lot of that was because people were using that COVID year. And so just a lot of change across the country, specifically with these two teams in terms of leadership this season.
Point Bears 9-6 lead for Colorado State. Baylor serving. This is Sophia Keene, another freshman. Sophia from the Woodlands, Concordia Lutheran High School. Bears down 9-6 to Colorado State. Rams have come out firing in this tournament opener. The set by Carlson. Malaya Jones for Colorado State. Cross court, kill, point Baylor, Mallory Talbert. Not a young player, but a grad transfer, originally from Montgomery, Texas, transferring to Baylor from Texas A&M.
Yes, this being Baylor's official home opener, but they started with that exhibition a few weeks back against Texas A&M, so I'm sure that was an extra special 5-set win for Talbert.
Point Rams. Ball goes out of bounds, far side. 10-7 the score. Colorado State on top. Karina Lieber serving for Colorado State. And Malaya Jones, how about the kill? Jones, the 6-foot sophomore from Santa Ana, California. She is a transfer to Colorado State from USC.
Jones with such a heavy arm swing. Got to watch her warm up a little bit. And certain hitters, they just hit the ball in a way that it feels like the ground shakes a little more than others, and Jones certainly has that to her game.
One match tonight for Baylor. They'll play Arizona State Saturday morning at 11:30. They play Evansville to wrap up their tournament play, 7 o'clock Saturday here in the Farrell Center. Colorado State plays Evansville tomorrow, Friday at 10. Evansville and Arizona State tomorrow at 2. Arizona State and Colorado State tomorrow at 8. Coach McGuire thought that one was out, but it's ruled in. Point Rams, 12-8 lead for Colorado State. Now serving number 11, Sierra Pritchard. Sierra Pritchard serving for the Rams. Pritchard, a senior from Auburn, Washington. Oh, nice kill for Baylor. Point Bears from Mallory Talbert.
Man, for Carlson and Talbert both being new to Baylor, their chemistry on that slide is, we've seen 2 of those back-to-back now, and they just have that connection. Something that a lot of setter middles, it takes a while for them to develop, and they seem to just have it early on in the season.
Here's Talbert serving for Baylor. Within 3, down 12-9. And point Bears. Carlson with the set. Was that Simpson or McGee there with the kill?
Simpson, our rookie of the
Riley
week.
Simpson. Baylor within 2 at 12-10. Carlson sets for Lauren Harrison over the net. And point Bears. They are within 1 now. It's close as they've been in a while. It's 12-11, Colorado State with the lead. Talbert on a roll, serving for Baylor. Scoreboard here in the arena shows 12-12. Is that right, or is it 12-11?
John, I do not know.
It's been corrected to 12-11. That one is long. Point Rams, they go up by 2. So it's 13-11. Colorado State on top. Baylor went and played in that tournament hosted by Pepperdine last week. Played games Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Actually went out there on Monday and really made good use of their time, didn't they?
Yeah, a lot of fun experiences they got to have while being out there. I know that for starters, Pepperdine, so President Livingstone, Baylor's president, used to be a dean of the business school at Pepperdine. And so the Pepperdine Baylor Alumni Association had a dinner for the Baylor Bears. So fun that we have that Pepperdine connection.
Really cool. And Coach McGuire has a brother that's a captain on the LA Police Department. Brent,
yes,
yeah.
It is Brent.
Yeah, and so he really gave some behind-the-scenes access to the traveling party, which was pretty cool.
We played in California my 5th year, I guess, and I remember Coach McGuire telling us that if he had thought of it ahead, he was going to have his brother pretend to arrest him and see how all of us reacted. But
That's
he
funny.
luckily did not play that joke on us.
Well, they did get together, and he didn't arrest him, point Bears, but he did tase him.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
That might be worse.
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of showing what that is like. But it was really educational.
Do we have a video of that?
I think we might. We'll try to get to that.
I hope Ryan's okay. Surely he is.
No, we asked. Believe me, we asked. It's Avery Carlson serving. Right. Avery Carlson serving, and we're tied at 14, Baylor and Colorado State. There's a look at Carlson, first-year Baylor player out of Lovejoy High School. Big swing, point Colorado State. Point by the Rams, that is Annie Sullivan out of Richardson, Texas. Timeout on the floor. Colorado State leads Baylor by 1. Set 1 of the Baylor Invitational. We're back in. Assistant coach Adriana Blackman. Volunteer coaches Kyle Cox. The staff for Colorado State. And they get a dump over the net by Karina Lieber as we resume play and lead Baylor 16-14. Lieber up front, the junior from Trevor, Wisconsin. Ryan McGuire in his 8th season here at Baylor. Tremendous success for the Baylor volleyball program under Coach McGuire. And Katie, really an entirely new staff for Coach McGuire this year.
Yeah, so many new faces, but I think that's exciting. I think it's cool to see how many new people Ryan McGuire has brought in, and a lot of it is the former staff had so much success as well. So, it really speaks to a program when your 2 associate head coaches go on to be head coaches at big schools. So Jason Williams left to go be the head coach at TCU this year, so we'll get to see him later this season, and Sam Erger at SMU. So not far, a lot of Central Texas volleyball going on and a lot of cool relationships there. But the exciting thing is these new people that we have with Yahida Cadet. She was a former player of Brian McGuire's and is back. Came and spoke to our team one time when I was still playing, and just one of those people that's captivating. You fall in love with her the second you meet her, and so great for this program. And then Josh Walker coming from Hawaii, so he came recently. Father, great guy, so excited to have him at Baylor. So a lot of new things going on with this Baylor team.
Jahida Cadet, far into the bench there. What a great addition to the staff. We welcome her to Baylor. Tremendously successful, and goes back to, like you said, she's a former player of Coach McGuire. Serve long, point, Rams, 18-17. And Joshua Walker, part of a really successful program at Hawaii.
Yeah, worked with the men's team, so now switching over to women's. Similar to Ryan McGuire, had a lot of men's volleyball coaching in his past and then switched to women's. So definitely a lot of similarities there.
Mallory Talbert over the net. Coach Walker in the dark shirt there on the bench. Back-to-back national championships he was a part of at the University of Hawaii.
No big deal.
And if they played inside the Stan Sheriff Center, that's the arena that looks very familiar.
Yeah.
Almost exactly like the Farrell Center here
in
Waco.
So similar.
Yeah. Point Bears to go up 19-18, leads to a timeout by Tom Hilbert and Colorado State. Bears lead for maybe the first time here in the first set, up by a point. Baylor has a string of home matches now after opening the season with 5 straight, either at neutral site or on the road. Play this tournament, a couple more at home next week. And then the end of next week, another tournament here in the Farrell Center, the Baylor Invitational. Or the Baylor Classic, actually. Colorado State so far 4-2 on the year. Big win over North Carolina to start the season. Won their last 2 coming in here tonight.
Yeah, coming off a sweep of Alabama State. So definitely good to kind of have those early sweeps, right? I think a lot of the times when people talk about volleyball, you want to sweep because that shows exactly that you're kind of locked in, that things are firing on all cylinders. Baylor with their first sweep this season against UCSB. And then we talked about it, John, that win against Wisconsin was huge. Stubbed their toe a little bit against Minnesota and Pepperdine, but like we said, this is a young team with high potential, and we saw that in the Wisconsin match.
At the time Baylor played them, Minnesota was number 5 in the nation, yeah. Wisconsin number 3, and of course the reigning national champions.
Yeah.
So, boy, that's a tough way to start the season against those two. But really high-level volleyball, part of the Big 12, Big 10 challenge. Which moves around, by the way. Wisconsin hosted it last year. TCU hosted it this year.
Yeah.
Minnesota next year, and then Baylor finally gets to host it in 2024.
Yeah, that'll be exciting volleyball in Waco, Texas. Excited for those teams to come here.
This is Barrett Power serving for Colorado State, now tied at 19. Power, a junior out of Lincoln, Nebraska. Lincoln Christian School. Over the net, nice dump there by Avery Carlson. Carlson, as Katie told you, the Gatorade National Player of the Year. Katie, as a setter to win that national award.
It's tough to do. I think more often than not you hear outside hitters winning that award, right? Outside hitters that usually get the most sets, therefore their stat line can look like the most kills and things of that nature, but to have a setter win that award is pretty impressive. And love that she chose Baylor. She lined up with a lot of the values and things like that here. Graduated early, so she was able to get a little bit of experience. I think coaches really enjoy doing that with the setters, especially when they're as talented as someone like Carlson, to give them just a few more reps in the spring to hop in and be able to run the offense right away like Avery's done.
Cassie Davis a little long in the serve for Baylor. Turns the serve over to Colorado State. Sierra Pritchard. Point Rams. Up by 1, 21-20 over Baylor. Latter stages of set number 1 between Baylor and Colorado State.
Timeout. Baylor. Baylor's first timeout.
Baylor with a timeout. Down by 1. First set here in the Farrell Center. Colorado State has come out firing here in the first set.
They have. It's a Thursday night. It's close to the middle of the week. They have a lot of volleyball left this weekend, but they have come into this Farrell Center that's certainly filling up and have not shied away. They have people going for it and really, really seem to be having good chemistry, good flow out there, John.
Baylor again will be in action Saturday morning, 11:30 Central Time against Arizona State. Then wrap up the tournament against Evansville on Saturday at 7 p.m. Some young fans in the stands. That is fun. It's really turned into a great atmosphere here in the Farrell Center.
You know, for all the success Baylor has had in recent years, the all-time record between Colorado State and Baylor, Colorado State has won every single time, John. And so I know that because I was there for one of them. My career home, or I guess away opener, we played at Colorado State. But Tom Hilbert just consistently puts a great team out on the court, steady program that's always near that top 25, in that top 25 receiving votes. And so a lot of consistency that's come from his head coaching career at Colorado State.
Most recent meeting was August 27th, 2016. It was a 3-1 win by the Rams. They lead the all-time series 4-0. And point Rams, they go up 1, 22-21 over Baylor. Talbert goes to the Baylor bench. Serving for Colorado State is Ruby Kaiser, junior from Canby, Oregon. And long with the serve, point Baylor to tie it at 22. Lauren Harrison is ready. Avery Carlson to serve for the Bears. Touch over the net. And the block by Baylor, Riley Simpson in the middle. And Kara McGee. Timeout Colorado State as Baylor takes the lead by 1 slim point, 23-22.
Kara McGee, kind of that steady presence over these past few years in the middle for Baylor's block. Definitely something that teams have to game plan around. They can't just swing. A lot of the times we see middles get shut down because Kara McGee is on the other side of the net. So great to have Kara McGee back for the Bears this season in the middle.
Fourth-year senior is Kara McGee. Of course, her sister Elise is here as well as a second-year sophomore. See the roster kind of settle itself out now after we've had these expanded rosters the last few years.
Yeah, it's so interesting. You know, for the longest time, it was kind of 15 people was the ideal for a lot of coaches. And then, we're carrying a lot of people this year with 18, 20. And then once that COVID year happened, great for so many of those student athletes to get that year back, to get that student athlete experience. But yeah, it was not rare to see 23, 25-man rosters, and that's tough for coaches. I think that's tough to carry that many players. It's tough to practice that many players. And so certainly different dynamics over the past couple seasons.
All right, big serves coming up here for Avery Carlson. Baylor leading by 1, 23-22. First set, Baylor and Colorado State. And the block, but out of bounds. Point Baylor, and it is set point for the Bears. Carlson serving for the first set.
It's been very point for point here in the past, gosh, I guess since the beginning of the set, but Baylor seeming to be in the driver's seat behind Carlson's serve.
And the block for the point, and set number 1 going Baylor's way. Kara McGee and Elise McGee combined for the point that gives Baylor set number 1, 25-22 over Colorado State. Bears behind early, made the comeback and win the set.
What I liked is the resilience of this Baylor team. It wasn't like they were doing everything that they wanted to. They weren't doing everything right. I mean, they hit 179, same, pretty close. Colorado State hit 138, but what I did like is that kind of in those last 5 points, they really put their foot on the gas pedal, really took that seriously and put balls away and got blocks when it mattered.
There was that timeout by Ryan McGuire when it was like 22-21 maybe.
Yeah.
And at that point, I mean, Baylor just kind of finished it off and did well to win it, 25-22.
They did. McGuire does a lot of drills that kind of focus specifically on those last 3 to 5 points, and I think in past years we've seen Baylor perform really well towards the end of sets when they're close, so probably a testament to that.
Avery Carlson serving to start set number 2, Baylor versus Colorado State. Say by Allie Check, one of the other freshmen for Baylor. Impressive freshman group. Lauren Harrison saves that one. Swing by Check, the left-handed swing, but blocked back point, Colorado State. So Allie Check, she wears jersey number 4, 6'4" freshman out of Sugar Land, George Ranch High School. This is Kate Yoshimoto serving. Carlson with the set, and wide on that kill attempt from Riley Simpson. Point Rams.
Certainly saw what Simpson was trying to do with that cut shot cross court, but just a little bit wide on that one.
Left hand swing for the kill by Allie Check. Tell you what we've seen from these freshmen is really impressive so far.
It is. I think it's impressive for any player to play at the level that they're playing, but when you think about just maybe the nerves, the uncertainty when you have never played in front of this many fans before, you've never played college volleyball, and that's kind of where we go back to talking about those Minnesota, Pepperdine, Wisconsin matches and how you get a lot of experience fast when you schedule teams like that for this young of a team.
It's a 3-1 lead for Colorado State. Ram serving. Elena Perez serving, a junior from Martinez, California. And that's in. On the back line by Lauren Harrison with the kill. Baylor pulls within 1. Talked about the new coaches on Coach McGuire's staff. Showed you Jahida Cadet and Joshua Walker. I'll add to it, Connor Payne is the new volunteer assistant. Nicole O'Bannon is back.
You know, we talked about those changes in the Baylor coaching staff with the transitions that the former staff made. We failed to mention Shelby Livingstone's transition from volunteer assistant, now filled by Connor Payne, but to the assistant coach at Liberty. And so, yeah, I mean, it is pretty impressive that so many of the former staff members are at such incredible volleyball schools.
That's a sign you've got a really good program when your assistants get picked off, you know, to be head coaches somewhere else.
All at one time.
Yeah, exactly. Quite the summer of change for Baylor volleyball.
Yes.
Down 4-3 to Colorado State. That is a wicked swing by Allie Check for the Baylor point. Another kill by Check.
But in that change, we do see some consistency in terms of faces. Kellyanne Layton, a little bit of a different role. She used to be director of operations, now filled by Nicole O'Bannon, former Baylor volleyball player. Kellyanne now in the role of director of player development. So working in a little bit different capacity, but still around the team. So that's exciting for Baylor to still have her.
Freshman Sophia Keene with the serve. That's a point for the Bears at the net to go up 5-4 on Colorado State. Good look at Keene serving for the Bears, freshman out of the Woodlands. Wow, that block going well for the Bears. It's Avery Carlson and Mallory Talbert combining for the block that puts Baylor up 6-4. Leads to a timeout by Tom Hilbert and Colorado State. Bears up a set on the Rams and leading 6-4 in the second set. We'll step aside and be right back. Baylor, Colorado State volleyball from Waco.
This one's for every sports fan who just spent the entire game explaining to someone the entire game. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
Helping those who help others. That's the mission of Charity Champions, a program designed to support nonprofits in Central Texas. Charity Champions started in 2014 to celebrate TFNB Your Bank for Life's 125th anniversary. Champions get a marketing awareness campaign, leadership training, and a team of interns at no charge to the organization. 7 years, 43 champions, and we are just getting started. Learn more at charitychampions.org.
Another rock and roll weekend.
Burgers, better with Pepsi.
Back to play, Sophia Keene serving for Baylor, leading 6-4 in the second set. And point Rams over the net and off the hands of Lauren Harrison. Karina Lieber on the front line, now serving for the Rams. Harrison, big swing, and point Bears. Boy, high expectations for Lauren Harrison this year in her senior year.
Yeah, along with Kara McGee named to the preseason All-Big 12 team as they head into their senior seasons. But yeah, a career that's been so successful for both of those players so far. And senior year is kind of the one we always get the most excited about.
Cassie Davis to serve. It's inside the back line, point Rams. Davis out, Lauren Harrison back in. 7-6, Baylor on top. See the stat, Lauren Harrison 5th in the Big 12 in kills and kills per set. Early on in the volleyball season. Point Baylor to go up by 2, 8-6 here in the second set. Baylor looking, as Katie told us earlier, for their first win ever over Colorado State. 4 meetings all time, 4 wins for Colorado State. The one you were a part of, was that here?
I'm actually realizing now I was a part of 2 of them.
2 of them,
which
okay.
Kind of stings more.
Half
one
of it.
was there, and then I think one was here. I think the 2016 one we talked about was here, but
Okay.
2013 would have been fall of my freshman year, and
Okay.
so that was there for sure because we started away.
Well, sorry to remind you both losses to
It's
Colorado
okay.
State.
It shows the growth of the program. Happy to help. Happy to help.
A save. And that is in. Nice job by Colorado State to get that point. That is Annie Sullivan out of Richardson J.J. Pierce High School. Transfer to Colorado State from High Point University. Kaiser serving. That is long by Lauren Harrison. And a 9-8 Baylor lead. Colorado State on a bit of a run. Nice swing and a kill by Riley Simpson for the Baylor point. And a 10-8 lead for the Bears.
Makes for 3 kills for the Rookie of the Week.
Co-leader along with Mallory Talbert with 3 kills each for Baylor. Annie Sullivan, Karina Lieber leading Colorado State with 4 kills each.
Pretty evenly spread out offense, really on both sides of the net, but specifically on that Baylor offense. 3 kills apiece for Talbert and Simpson, 2 kills apiece for Check, McGee, and Harrison. So Carlson doing a good job of spreading out the offense.
Ball still alive, point Baylor. The block by Kara McGee and also Allie Check put Baylor up 12-8. There's McGee with the kill for Baylor. Senior from San Antonio Clark High School, Kara McGee.
3 kills on just 6 attempts tonight for McGee, hitting .500. We see that time and time again, that McGee hits extremely efficiently. And so whenever I see numbers like that, it's just how can we get McGee the ball more to keep producing for this Baylor offense.
Another block by McGee for the Baylor point, and a 14-8 lead by the Bears over the Rams. Ida Cadet, some coaching points to freshman Avery Carlson before she serves. Carlson on a roll. Saw this in the first set. Baylor got on a run when Carlson was serving.
Yeah.
Good reaction there by McGee. And the point for Colorado State. It's Naima Weathers who goes to the Colorado State bench. Weathers, a junior from Colorado Springs. And another kill. Wow. Kara McGee is on a roll for the Bears. 15-9 is the Baylor lead. Riley Simpson serving.
Wow.
Hard serve. Kaiser can't handle it. 16-9, Baylor on top. Timeout Colorado State as Baylor is up their lead to 16-9 here in the second set. Baylor won the first set 25-22. We will stay right here during the timeout. Baylor appears at 11:30 Central Time and 7 o'clock to wrap up the tournament on Saturday against Evansville.
Riley Simpson still serving for Baylor. We talked about her being Big 12 Rookie of the Week. Young player for Baylor, but making a really big splash early on in her career.
So here we go back to play following the Colorado State timeout. Riley Simpson from Colorado Springs, Colorado, serving against Colorado State, and the point for the Bears.
Next in rush for a free t-shirt.
17-9, Baylor advantage. Simpson. Nice swing on the right side. That is Annie Sullivan, the senior, with the kill for Colorado State. Makes it 17-10. Baylor's lead at 7.
Makes her 5 kills on the night. Annie Sullivan leading all players on the court right now, but had a lot of kills early on in that first set and then is picking up right where she left off in the second.
Point Baylor on the swing by Allie Check off the hands of a Rams player and out of bounds. 18-10. Baylor leads now. Lauren Briseño serving. Briseño, sophomore from San Antonio Cornerstone Christian Church. Point Rams off the hands of Avery Carlson.
In talking to McGuire before the match about what might be some of the keys to Baylor winning this game, first thing he mentioned was crisp passing, and that certainly starts with Lauren Briseño. You know, we always talk about the hitters, right? That's the name of the game in volleyball. Who's getting the kills, who's scoring the points, but none of that can happen without Olivero. So Yoshimoto and Briseño having awesome nights themselves.
And another kill for freshman Allie Check. She'll go to the bench. Baylor leading at 19-11 in the second set. Sophia Keene serving. The block by Colorado State. Karina Lieber, 6'3" junior. Gives the point to Colorado State, now 19-12 Bears. Lieber, good size on that front line. Harrison just dumps it over the net. Nice touch for the Baylor point.
Great court awareness there by Lauren Harrison to see that that tip was open right in the middle of the court. Very smart player, very seasoned veteran that we have in Lauren Harrison as a senior for Baylor.
Here's Cassie Davis on to serve, another Coloradoan on the Baylor roster. Block by Colorado State's Barrett Power. Junior from Lincoln, Nebraska. Makes it 21-12. And the serve into the net. 21-13 our score. Baylor on top.
Now serving number 3, Barrett Power.
Big 12 conference play, end of this month, beginning for Baylor. And you saw who Baylor's conference opener is. Did you see that?
I did.
It is here in Waco. It is TCU, coached by longtime former Baylor associate head coach Jason Williams.
It's always funny when, you know, coaches change schools and you can play them in preseason. A lot of times they'll intentionally schedule because a lot of those schedules are done by relationships, things like that. But it always hits close to home when they're in the same conference.
Yeah, very much. Point Rams, well done by Naima Weathers. There's Weathers in the front line, makes it 21-15.
In addition to Jason Williams transferring or transitioning to TCU, his daughter, Callie Williams, also transferred. So 2 transfers from the Williams family to TCU this year.
Yeah, we're going to miss them.
Yeah.
Wish them all the best, except for maybe a couple of times when they square off against Baylor.
Just like 2 very specific times.
Yeah.
We'll wish them less than the best.
22-15, Baylor leads. Second set, up a set on Colorado State. Diving attempt by Mallory Talbert. Can't get it over the net. Point Rams to make it 22-16.
Now serving number 49, Ruby Kaiser.
Ruby Kaiser serving for the Rams. Just back over the net. And the block, Kara McGee there for the block and the Baylor point.
Kara McGee with 6 blocks tonight already. So a lot of the times to be blocking well, you want to be averaging a block per set. So Kara McGee's currently averaging 3 per set.
Wow.
And we're just getting, well, I guess seconds. I was going to say we're just getting started, but we're not.
Ahead of that average for sure. 23-15 lead, 23-16 lead. How about McGee and Riley Simpson combining on the block? And it is set point for the Bears, up 24-16 in set number 2.
Wow.
Serving for the set. Point Rams.
Point, Colorado State.
Naima Weathers gets it over the net for the point. Keeps the Rams alive here in the second set. It's 24-17 Baylor. Yoshimoto serving. And off the hands for the point. That is Annie Sullivan with the kill for Colorado State.
Baylor's really been in control most of this set, but you got to give it to Colorado State here at the end, fighting for every one of those points to keep Baylor from finishing it.
Still set point for the Bears, leading 24-18. Over the net, the dump. Well-placed shot, 24-19. Well done by Karina Lieber. Yoshimoto. And Kara McGee finishes it with authority. The kill for the second set clincher for the Bears. They win the second set over Colorado State, 25-19. Baylor has won the first 2 sets over the Rams. We'll take a timeout and be back with set number 3, Baylor and Colorado State volleyball in the Farrell Center. Baylor up 2-0. 25-22 in the first set, 25-19 in set number 2 for the Bears, who really hit their stride, didn't they, about midway? Really the entire second set.
They did. I think the biggest difference to me there was the blocking on Baylor's side. So 9 total blocks in the match, 6 of those were in that second set. So Baylor did a really good job of stopping Colorado State at the net, keeping them to a very low hitting efficiency. And so it's going to be huge for Colorado State coming out of this 2-set deficit to really start hitting a little bit more efficiently in this third.
Kate Yoshimoto coming into focus as the server for Colorado State. Rams down 2-0 to Baylor. Here we go, beginning set number 3. Set by Carlson, the big swing, but long off the left arm of Ali Czech. Point Rams. Baylor 3-2 on the season. Colorado State 4-2. There's a service ace by Yoshimoto. And a 2-0 lead to begin the third set. Katie, Thursday night in Waco, Texas. Not a bad crowd here in the Farrell Center.
Not a bad crowd at all.
Really good support for Baylor's home opener. Ali Czech with the left-handed swing for the kill.
I can't think of anywhere else I'd rather be on a Thursday night, J-Mo, than sitting here with you. I mean that.
Now, remember, we showed pictures of Chase and Kennedy.
You're right.
So.
That would be fun, too. I do love them.
That is wide. Point Bears to tie it at 2-2.
But you're a really close second, John.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Lauren Briseño serving for the Bears. 2-2 our score, set number 3. Baylor looking for a sweep if they win this set. Would be their second consecutive sweep.
Yeah.
Won over Cal Santa Barbara 3-0 on Saturday out in Malibu, California. Point Bears to go up 3-2. Alex DaCosta is on the floor for Baylor. Another of those precocious freshmen for Baylor out of Fulshire High School. Point Bears, now 4 straight points after Colorado State scored the first 2 of the night, or in this set.
Good dig by Briseño on that tip.
And a big kill by Kennedy Stanford. Stanford, the junior out of Grand Prairie, a transfer from Lamar to Colorado State. Pulls the Rams within 1 at 4-3. Blocked by Karina Lieber for the Rams. And the point that ties it at 4 here in set number 3. Elena Perez doing the honor, serving for the Rams. Swing again for Allie Check. Well, I tell you what, it is fun to see these Baylor freshmen in action and contributing.
It is. We talked about this before, but still rings true. Baylor just with a really evenly spread out offense. 2 players with 5 kills, 2 with 4, 1 with 3. Avery Carlson just really does a good job of mixing different sets in, getting every player involved, which is really hard to scout against.
And Stanford with another kill for Colorado State. Give her 5 on the night. Annie Sullivan, their leader in kills, with 7. Ties it at 5 here in set number 3. Baylor up 2-0. Cross-court kill by Mallory Talbert. Talbert, a grad transfer originally out of Montgomery, Texas, and a transfer to Baylor from Texas A&M. Cassie Davis, the Coloradan. And Riley Simpson with the point for Baylor on the set by Avery Carlson. Freshman to freshman right there.
Simpson doing a really good job of seeing that block and playing off of those hands at the net.
Simpson, of course, a redshirt freshman. Second year here at Baylor. That's in, big kill. Sierra Pritchard. And Baylor leads by 1, 7-6 over Colorado State. Karina Lieber serving. Oh, nice idea. Well executed in the middle. Point Baylor.
We've seen Avery Carlson do that a couple times now tonight. What I love about it is she doesn't usually try and fail. Like usually if she's gonna dump, she sees the hole, she scores. A lot of setters, they kind of go for it a little too often. She's really good about picking the times where she wants to go for it and scoring.
Yeah, you gotta be judicious in that, right? When you try to do that, when you choose to dump it over.
Yes, absolutely.
Point Rams pulls them within 2. It's 8-6, Baylor on top here in the 3rd set. This is Sierra Pritchard. And hitting through the block for the point is Annie Sullivan for the Rams.
Annie Sullivan, we've said her name a lot tonight, John, but continues to lead all players on the court with 8 kills for the Rams.
Sullivan, one of 3 Texans on the roster. Serve is long, point Bears 9-8. Baylor leads. Avery Carlson will serve for the Bears. Sullivan again and has it blocked back this time. Kara McGee and Allie check with the block for the Bears. Give Check credit for that one. Well-timed block.
Yeah.
Puts Baylor up 10-8. Check has that one blocked by Sullivan for the Colorado State point. Pulls them within 1.
Sullivan doing everything for the Rams right now, offensively, defensively, really showing up big in this 3rd set for Colorado State.
My apologies, I thought it was 10. It is 10-9. Scoreboard down here shows 10-8. But the point for the Rams ties it at 10.
Kaiser with the ace for Colorado State. Good, strong, tough float serve by Ruby Kaiser.
A big swing by Kara McGee. Strong kill by the senior Kara McGee. Baylor regains the lead 11-10. Riley Simpson serving. Stanford blocked by Baylor, and then the dump over the net by McGee. Baylor regains the lead, goes up 12-10. Is that in? It is not. It is wide.
Just out.
Yeah, that was close. So point Rams. They're within 1. It's 12-11 Baylor here in the 3rd set. Baylor leading 2-0. Kate Yoshimoto to serve. Redshirt freshman from Honolulu. Point Bears. Block attempt by the Rams. Ball rode the rails on the top of the net and out for the Baylor point. And a 13-11 lead. Rams come back with a point of their own. Colorado State battling here in the 3rd set, a 1-point game. Baylor leading 13-12. Elena Perez serving.
Great dig by Carlson.
A great attempt by Perez, but a point for the Bears. Big left-handed swing by Allie Check is really impressive.
Yeah, you always love having those tall, left-handed, opposite hitters to not only block, but also to just kind of mix up the offense.
Point Bears to go up 15-12 on Colorado State. Gets us to a timeout here in set number 3. Baylor leading 2-0. Up by 3 in the 3rd set from Waco.
is Mountain Dew. A rush of crisp and refreshing flavor. Delivering a bold citrus kick. Dew to Dew. Style. Performance. Power. Pancake. Turtleneck sweater. Aardvark. Worcestershire. Or Shire, I guess. It doesn't matter what I say. The Camry speaks for itself. Toyota, let's go places.
This one's for everyone whose man cave is more of a man corner of a guest room closet. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
We were born to run. There's a spark in your heart and a fire that's in your eyes. Full of hope 'cause you know everything's gonna be alright. Living our best life, taking it all in stride. The light will be a guide. We were born to run. We were born to run.
From the Farrell Center in Waco, Texas, got those courtside players here tonight, and the Baylor Invitational is underway. Tonight, Baylor and Colorado State. There's the schedule of matches coming up tomorrow and then into Saturday. Baylor with the day off tomorrow and then basically a split doubleheader to wrap up the tournament on Saturday. Baylor leading 2-0 over Colorado State. Now leading 15-13 in set number 3. Baylor with 2 home tournaments, the Baylor Invitational and the Baylor Classic. Second tournament comes up next week. Tulsa, Sam Houston State, and McNeese will be in Waco. Baylor again riding a string of home matches after starting the year with 5 straight away from home.
Yeah, a lot of time on the road, so probably good to be home, especially now that they're into week 3, week 4 of those classes.
2 straight points for Colorado State coming out of the timeout, serving to tie it at 15. Lauren Harrison keeps Baylor on top, extends the lead to 16-14.
Now serving for Bears, number 7, Cassie Davis.
Here's Cassie Davis to serve. And Malaya Jones with the kill for Colorado State.
Big swing by Jones. Did a good job of seeing that Baylor block, and from my angle, John, it looked like she just went over the block, that it didn't really go through it. It really didn't go around, but she just saw those high hands and reached high.
To pull Colorado State within 1 at 16-15. This is Barrett Power serving, and the service ace by Power to tie it at 16 here in the third set. Power serving to give the Rams the lead in the third set. That is wide point Baylor. Jones again trying to get it in down the near sideline. But the Baylor point makes it 17-16 Bears. Mallory Talbert serving for Baylor. Jones over the net. Wow. The nice set by Carlson and the kill from the far side.
Big swing by Riley Simpson on the outside with that cross-court shot. Wow. Yeah, I think 2. Yeah, 2. first home football game against Albany last Saturday. The Bears will travel to BYU.
Big game.
Leave tomorrow, I guess, huh?
Yep, leave tomorrow. Big game late Saturday night.
Extremely late Texas time, 9 p.m. start in Texas.
Yes, yes. BYU, of course, will be a Big 12 member this time next year. Play continues.
Wow, what a dig by Lauren Harrison.
And the point. Riley Simpson again for the Bears to go up 19-16. Which would BYU, Houston, Cincinnati, and Central Florida. 4 new schools coming into the Big 12 next season. Stuffed at the net for the Baylor point. Riley Simpson and Kara McGee there. 20-16, Baylor on top. Talbert serve a little bit long. Point for the Rams to make it 20-17. So Sierra Pritchard will take over serving duties. Senior out of Auburn, Washington. Off the hands of Sophia Keene. And the point for the Rams to make it 20-18.
Colorado State doing a good job of incorporating that back row attack with their outside hitters in the back row.
Wow. Good looking swing cross court on the kill by Riley Simpson.
We've seen Simpson do that same shot a couple times, but if they're not stopping it, why not keep doing it?
Now a 21-18 lead for the Bears in set number 3.
Another point for Baylor, 22-18. Bears getting really, really close to another sweep on the season, but Colorado State showed a lot of fight in that second set, so expecting a similar for the next couple points.
22-18 Baylor. Wow, nice effort by Lauren Harrison. Then the hit into the net, point for the Rams.
Also, number 49, Ruby Casey.
Ruby Kaiser serving.
Tough serve by Kaiser.
Point Rams, they pull within 2 now, 22-20 of Baylor. Yeah, Kaiser is a weapon serving.
Yeah.
Another point that pulls Colorado State within 1 at 22-21. In the third set, Rams battling. This was about the time in the second set.
Yeah.
And Baylor's Ryan McGuire called a timeout. And Baylor finished it off. Now we're tied at 22 here in the third set. There's a timeout by Ryan McGuire.
Probably a good call by Coach McGuire at this point. Certainly a little bit of a run that we've seen the Rams have here. Baylor just 3 points away from taking the match, but Colorado State wanting to have a good show, wanting to start off strong in this Baylor Invitational Tournament. And so we'll see. We'll see what's going on in these huddles and what we get to see when they come on out.
Some Instruction by Associate Head Coach Emily Cohen for Colorado State in their huddle. They have fought back to tie it at 22 here in set number 3. Rams need to win this set to extend it to a 4th set. Head coach Tom Hilbert, his silver anniversary 25th season as head coach.
Congratulations,
Colorado
Coach
State.
Hilbert.
It's a big accomplishment.
McGuire talking about how this match was going to be such an outside hitter battle. A lot of times it comes down to which outside hitters are playing better. So he was right. Riley Simpson with 8 kills leading the Bears, and then Annie Sullivan on the outside with 8 kills leading the Rams. So we'll see what happens in these next few points.
Let's see what results come out of that Baylor called timeout. Tied at 22 in the 3rd set. Tough serve by Kaiser again. And the dump over the net by Kara McGee for the Baylor point.
Very smart shot by Kara McGee.
Baylor by 1, 23-22. Well-placed shot. Riley Simpson now serving.
Wow.
Job by Simpson to keep it alive. That is in. Point Rams on the kill by Annie Sullivan to tie it at 23 apiece. Kate Yoshimoto serving. Great job to keep it alive by Colorado State. And Check has her kill attempt blocked. A big block by Colorado State. They have set point against the Bears. Timeout, Baylor. Set point, Colorado State 24-23 in the 3rd set. Timeout, Bears. Well, Baylor was up, I want to say 22-16 maybe?
Yeah, Baylor definitely was in the driver's seat. Colorado State has had a lot of things this set that has not gone their way. They're only hitting 121, but man, they have come back with some firepower here at the end of the 3rd set and have found a way to score points and stay in the set, leading the set.
24-23, Colorado State on top. Timeout, Baylor. See what they draw up here, trying to get a point to extend the set. Baylor does lead 2-9 over the visitors. Colorado State out of the Mountain West Conference. Serving for the set, Kate Yoshimoto. Harrison, off hands, point Baylor. We're tied at 24. Set does continue here in set number 3. Now Lauren Briseño serving for Baylor. Point Rams, now they lead 25-24 over the Bears. So it's set point again for Colorado State. Elena Perez serving.
Wow.
Off the hands, big swing there, point Baylor. Lauren Harrison for the Bears ties it at 25. Sophia Keene serving for Baylor.
little joust there.
Yeah. And off the hands for the Baylor point, and it's match point Baylor, leading 26-25.
Lauren Harrison with another kill to keep Baylor in this set. Makes for 8 kills on the night for Lauren Harrison.
Here's Sophia Keene serving for the match. Point, Rams, they stay alive. Now tied at 26 in the third set. Colorado State battling. Baylor trying to sweep in 3, but it is certainly not easy.
Baylor takes the lead again, 27-26. Baylor fans are on their feet looking for this one to close out. We've seen them on their feet a few times now, though.
That's right. Mallory Talbert there in the middle. Cassie Davis serving. Match point for Baylor, leading 27-26 in the third. Off hands, point. Colorado State, we're tied at 27.
Now serving, number 3, Barrett Power.
Two teams with a lot of fight here tonight, John.
Now we're seeing that here in this third set. Barrett Power to serve. Ooh, into the net. Tough spot for a service error. But Baylor goes up 28-27, and now we'll see Mallory Talbert serving for the match.
These extra points, both teams seem to still be doing okay on subs, but these are sometimes the sets where you see someone 5'2" in the front row.
Jones the kill. Baylor went for the block, couldn't get it. A lot of fight in Colorado State. They tie it at 28. Good look at Malaya Jones, the sophomore from California. Transfer from USC. This is Sierra Pritchard serving. Left-handed serve. And point Baylor. The kill by Riley Simpson. Baylor looking at match point again. And Avery Carlson to serve.
Free ball over to the Bears.
And there's the finish. A Kara McGee kill for the point that clinches a 3-0 sweep by Baylor over Colorado State. Bears get the win in 3 straight. They run their record to 4-2 on the season. Ryan McGuire and Baylor Volleyball win their season home opener tonight.
Riley Simpson and Kara McGee leading the Bears